All right. So what I wish I knew early on in Black Desert Online, Krono Catastrophe. This was 4 days ago. 4 days ago. So, and honestly, I've never seen one of his videos before, so I thought that this would be a good one to watch and start off with here.
Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Krono here, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are actually not in PSO2, playing a bit of BDO. I was actually streaming some BDO today, and I was talking with my chat, and we got into the conversation of, things I wish I knew when I first started BDO.
Okay.
And I thought I would share that with you guys today from the perspective of an actual new player, or a newer player. I've played BDO off and on a few times in the past, way back when, before PA even took over the game. And I never really stuck with it. I started it over.
Okay, so he was like before, yeah. He was before our time, boys. Before our time. So, yeah, he really is. He kind of counts as a new player. If it took you that long to come back to the game, you're basically a new player. Oh my God, is that my boy right there? Hold up. You see this in the background? That's my boy Cloud right there, bro. I saw him in the BA today.
Account like twice now. And because my wife Skulls really is enjoying playing, I thought I would, jump back in and really push hard into understanding the game. And honestly, I fell in love with it. It's a lot of fun. The game I'm definitely going to be playing on my off time as much as I can, and something I'll come back to over and over again. I do want to make content for the game as well, and anyone who knows about content creation knows about taxes. And your boy might have spent a bit of money in the game, so let's get a video done.
That's right. That is actually also an excellent point. The fact that I bought 3 Grandpa Kron outfits is irrelevant. I can write them off on my taxes. It's a tax write-off. I needed it. It was a business expense.
Anyway, things I wish I knew about BDO when I first started playing. The first one that's kind of big to me that might not be that important to most people is the main story quest. So to know about the main story quest is to understand that.
Yeah, in fairness, you don't even need to know about the main story quest. You just have to do the main story quest. You don't have to know about it. If I ask half of my chat who Jordine is, they're all gonna look at me and be like, who? They don't fucking know.
It gives really great rewards. You definitely
Oh my God, bro, he's not a man of culture. He doesn't even have a fairy skin, bro. Imagine, yeah.
want to go through your main story quest in its entirety. However, I'm someone who likes to do completion stuff whenever they're dealing with their main character. I like getting everything done on one character as much as I possibly can, right? Of course, you have alts, you have other classes and things like that, but the main character, the one I focus on the most, the one I put the most into.
That's how I was when I started the game. But after a few years, you just get old and you're like, I just don't want to run all over the world with the same character. I need alts for my shit, bro. I don't know. It's how you kind of start. And you're like, I'm going to do everything on one character. It's going to be awesome. And then you're like, fuck that. I don't want to ride all the way back to town to go AFK horse train.
I want everything done on that character. And one thing that was recommended at the time.
Is he playing ninja? Of course he is. Look at the... Are you fucking kidding me? Look at his VTube model and then look at his ninja and tell me that you couldn't have seen that coming.
Was that, hey, if you're going to start another character, do the other storylines.
He's got like the drip going. He's got the white hair. He looks just like...
It made sense to me at the time because I was thinking, oh, okay, well,
it looks like him, bro.
They're only one-time rewards.
Look at the shirt. Yeah, like I didn't want to... you know it. I know it. We all know it. Ninja mains... They're anime lovers, and there's a particular section of anime that they like so much. Wait a minute, isn't Baka? Yeah, Baka means idiot. Yeah, exactly. But like that's something a weeb would wear on his shirt. The rest of us, like that's just normal people. It just says America, and people get it. It's the same shit, okay?
But my problem with that is that now I've got quests and storylines. Like, if I pull this up, I have...
Thanks, Phantom. I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Quests that are still sitting, like Mountain of the Eternal Winter.
I tried clearing all my quests once, just couldn't do it. Bro, have any of you guys ever tried to clear all your quests out? You're like, I'm gonna clean this shit out today. It's gonna be fine. The problem is, then you walk through town, and everyone, everywhere you look at, hey, can you help me with it? Hey, can you help me with that? Hey, can you go carry this for me? No! Stop asking me for shit. Sometimes you just end up with quests in your inventory that just accept automatically. It's annoying.
Land of the Morning Light, which I've already done on other characters.
I find it very helpful. Honestly, just turn this button right here off. Nobody bothers you anymore. It's like turning off your phone. All right? You don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about friends. You don't have to worry about Discord DMs. You just turn it off.
Like Mountain of the Eternal Winter, Land of the Morning Light, which I've already done on other characters, and these are sitting on my main character now. Now, if I want them out of my quest log, yeah, I can get rid of them by just, dropping the quest off, but I like having everything completed as much as possibly can, right?
You're crazy.
So that's always gonna be.
What is that? Did you guys see that shit? Sometimes the best content is just sitting in a fucking city and watching people. Hold on, in the background.
Off, but I like having everything completed as much as possibly can, right?
He's having a hard time. He's in fairness, the technology is just not there. If he had a horse that could leave the ground, he would be fine.
So that's always going to be looming over my shoulder, and then redoing them isn't giving me anything more because they're one-time rewards. It sucks. So if you're starting the game out, if you're like me,
it's just lag. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Do your main story quest.
That's what I say when I drive like a monkey.
Just land on your main character. Start a second character. At any point in time, just do the Land of the do whatever quest you want to, realistically speaking. But I personally recommend just doing Ancient Stone Chamber again, and then just doing the sped up version of it, because you can just grind. And honestly, the serotonin from grinding on seasonal is pretty awesome when you kill like 2 mobs and go and jump up like 5 levels. I think it's a great time personally.
If by grinding on seasonal, you mean standing at underground Gyphon, then yes, that feels pretty good.
All right, moving on from there. The second thing I wish I really knew about when first starting out was actually the rewards from seasonal. Well, it's 2 things when it comes to seasonal.
How did you not know about this?
Don't race off of seasonal. I know it seems really cool to get your gear going and jump out of seasonal and graduate and all that stuff, but honestly, if you're new to the game, I would recommend staying on seasonal a lot longer than...
True. Big true. So many people rush out of seasonal to equip more gear, and then they end up having to go back to the same grind spot, and now they're making less money because they don't get the time-filled stone drops. Okay? You need to just chill on seasonal, let your gear accumulate, make more money until you have the gear to grind something like orcs and like make that jump. There's really no reason to graduate seasonal. Okay, I do the same thing on EU. I practice what I preach. I have not graduated seasonal yet on EU because I'm just making more money per hour on seasonal Archa at Histria than I would be on a normal server with all my gear on. But my seasonal character is a Kunoichi. Well, the best thing to do for Kuno is to go back to character select. There's a delete button at the very bottom. If you click that in 24 hours, your problem will be solved.
You see most other players staying on seasonal. Those players, most of the time, have played through the game. They know what they're doing, and they have characters they're getting back to. I personally wish I stayed on seasonal much longer, just for building up time-filled Blackstones.
3 minutes? Oh, even better. Even better.
As well as most of the things that I currently do in game right now, I could have done on seasonal.
If you delete a seasonal character, can you make another one? Yeah, you could always just make another character. As long as you don't have Pearl Shop items on that character, you'll be fine.
And I would have had access to the seasonal servers. I can go to the regular servers as a seasonal character. So it's not like I had to, be on seasonal servers. It just gives me access to more servers that may not be as crowded at the time, which is really, really nice, especially if you're a new player. You have access to the seasonal Olvia servers, or whatever they're called. Actually, let me see. Yeah, the season, the 1 through 3 novice servers.
Bro, we're gaming. Look at this shit, bro. This was 4 days ago. Crowded, 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 crowded. We're up huge, boys. We're up huge. And you know that when seasonal novice is crowded, that's how you know there's a lot of players playing. There's a lot of new players.
These 2 season servers are crowded. These ones are not.
Like this theoretically could be a combination, right, of like veteran players and stuff. Like I was on seasonal for my like seasonal 4, seasonal 5 for my scholar, but like these servers are very indicative of how many new players are playing the game. These are very indicative of how many like players that are geared came back, like veteran players came back to play the game, and these are indicative of returning players that like maybe played the game a really long time ago.
You have access to
NA season 1 is packed. Yeah, no, like that's I can do NA, or I can do EU season 1, and it is packed. I literally have to swap off the server to fish.
You probably aren't going to run into as many people here, so if you're just trying to grind and not be bothered and things like that, it's going to be much easier for you to be able to access these. So definitely recommend staying on seasonal that, and you have access to the time-filled Blackstones, which you can then, oh wow, my name just popped up my face. You can then trade these in for things like Advice of Valks. You're able to get a Valk's Cry, but the big one is the item collection increase scroll. If you're not paying for the game, like you're not, swiping it all in game, then you're gonna want to have a healthy, resource of item collection scrolls coming in. You can burn through them fairly quickly. So being able to get these, you get them only on season servers, being able to get these and then trade them in is...
Okay, there's one thing that I do want to point out, that he only has 205 energy. And this is before the energy patch, but he has not played a lot of BDO. Let's be honest. He talked at the beginning about like, okay, I played back in the day, blah, 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 and I've done this stuff, but like 205 energy is, yeah, it's not a lot of progression. Now he does have 323 contribution, but that's relatively easy to get too. Like my EU account has very close to that number. Just
is really, really comfy. So
one thing that he hasn't talked about that I don't think he's going to touch on, these time-filled stones right here, these are really useful. After you have full pen Tavala, guys, if you're a new player watching this, after you have full pen Tavala, you bank these, boys. You bank, do not vendor these, okay? You trade them in for fail stacks or item collection increase scrolls, like he's talking about now. But like you always make, this is get big silver per hour. This is big. This is why you want to stay on seasonal for as long as you can until you can grind orcs and like go somewhere like much bigger, okay?
Being able to get these, you get them only on season servers.
He literally just said that. Yeah, well, he said the item collection scrolls. But like I'm talking about like the fail stacks are technically silver per hour. He hasn't touched upon the fail stacks and stuff. He also didn't talk about how he like all of it got condensed, but that's fine.
Being able to get these and then trade them in is really, really comfy. So
okay, well there it is. My bad. I paused it too soon.
Definitely something I recommend.
But like again, it's the Advice of the Valks. That's where you're gonna get your money's worth out of those, especially if you already have a lot of loot scrolls. It's the Valks Advice of the Valks.
Stay on season server 4 because I can show you right now, like as far as gear goes.
Yeah,
this is what I'm rocking at the moment. Got my tech credit.
Okay, so yeah, this is about what I would expect, right? You get one free pen for the Magnus, right? He has a guaranteed pen, one guaranteed pen done. Looks like he has one guaranteed pen weapon done. The rest of this is basically seasonal reward stuff, and that's fine. It's good. He's got his journals done. Like, at least most of his journals, so he has played a fair amount. He just doesn't give a shit about energy.
Crescent ring. Still have 2 volley.
Yeah, and he's got a Chenga Tome. I don't know if he's going to touch on this, guys, but this is actually so important. As a new player, there is a quest line when you're starting, and when you're doing the main story. The second that you can do this is a really good quest. It is... Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. It's this one right here. The legendary leveling with Chenga and quests. Okay, this one. It's under your suggested tab. You should do this quest line. You only have to be level 53 to do it. Okay, so when you hit level 53 and you're running through the main story, because you're still, after you finish Ancient Stone Chamber, you're still going to have to do Mattia. You're going to have to do Valencia. You have to do Land of the Morning Light. You have to do Odalita. You have to do Kama. And if you have a Chenga Tome equipped, it increases the EXP that you get just for questing. And this is really, really good for leveling up. And you can actually spend like in 1 or 2 hours just questing and getting level 61. So like, it's really, really effective. Also, it's really good in like it increases your vision range on your minimap. As far as we're aware, that they said in a recent patch that it's vision range on your minimap right here. It increases the circle a little bit, but that we're not sure. It could increase like how much you can see on your screen, or it increases what's on your minimap. In the most recent patch, they made it sound like it was on your minimap, but like regardless, it's increasing your vision range somehow. And that is important. All right? And that is important. Kama Sylvia with that is fire. Yeah, so before you do the Kama Sylvia quest line, you should do your Chenga Tome.
earrings in because
The vision range helps me find nodes. Yeah, exactly. The GM said it's node discovery range. What do you mean by node discovery? You mean like question mark discovery, or like running around the map? You're like, did you just discover like an area of the map? Because that's big too. That's a big deal. Because like trying to hit like the exact point that you have to walk through in order to open up that part of the map can be hard sometimes. So that's big too, even if that's what it is.
As anything else. I have my Kaposha ring, I have my Kaposha necklace, I have a Kaposha belt. I have, you know, both of these are pen. I think these are like Kaffir's level 1 and 2 or something like that. That was just to reach a DP bracket. And I was able to, you know, I did the guaranteed pen Kudum with Tratina. Yes, you could leave this at Tet, but I mean, I just finished it off. It was fine, not a big deal. I bought one black star, and then my second one I got
free
from, you know, the rewards are giving out now, since you can hit level 61 and get a free black star. So that's super cool.
Yep.
Got my black stars.
Most of this gear is just handed to you. I'm gonna be honest. Most of this seasonal, Magnus, literal login reward for hitting 61, guaranteed pen, Jatina, free for seasonal, free for seasonal, free for seasonal. Free for the quest line, free for seasonal, free for seasonal. Like this is all, like, you can get these stats pretty easily as long as you do your journals too.
And
thank God for it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Kind of where I'm at the moment. But all this gear doesn't have me doing anything different than I would have done on seasons. On seasons, I still would be farming the same thing. Still be farming my poppies, still be doing my weeklies, still be taking care of unlocking stuff and finishing the other stories, which is what I'm still working on. So that's all to say, don't rush off seasons.
Yeah, another big thing, you can do your seasonal like weekly every week, and again, that's just more money. But like, what did he just? Oh yeah, your pot pieces. So if you're grinding for your potion pieces, first of all, I recommend just buying your potion in most cases. Just grind it the highest possible. Like if you're talking about efficiency, or you just like grinding on your class, just grind it at a spot that makes a lot of money, and then just buy the potion. It's not it's not a bad idea. But if you do insist on grinding out your own potion, like I did that. Make sure you pick up the weekly every week. I think they're at the node manager, same person that you pick up the your seasonal weekly from there. Should also have the weekly for your potion pieces.
Unless you like want to tag a character, maybe you don't like the character that you currently made, and maybe you want to make a different character. You do have the opportunity to delete that character and then create a new character. But I personally
missing the Jatina accessory. No, he's got the Tet Crescent. That's a Jatina accessory.
Would just finish and graduate the character, and then go ahead and
you can buy potion pieces. No, you can buy the whole potion. On EU, they're way cheaper most of the time. Like I got my potion on EU for like 9 bill, but on NA they're about 14 bill right now, and they're really expensive right now because there's a bunch of new players playing the game. But usually they're down like 12 to 14 ish.
Make another seasonal character. You have, I believe, 2 slots at the very beginning, so should be pretty cool. And then if you don't have 2, I'm pretty sure you have 2 at the beginning. So don't quote me. I'm not a big fan of spreading misinformation. I apologize if it is.
You do not have to make a seasonal character, but you better, or you're not going to have a good time. Make a seasonal character. There's no reason not to make a seasonal character.
But I'm pretty sure you have 2 slots at the beginning.
All right, if you used to buy a potion, that's fine. I was the same way.
Either way, it's something that I highly recommend. Just pump the brakes, relax, make some money, get your infinite pots, and get your even if you're just making silver and you've got like, let's say 30 billion silver that you just made money on, that's fine. When you graduate, you can spend that on getting your gear, so don't rush. The second one is the season rewards. Now, if you are someone...
Okay, if you have 30 bill liquid as a new player, you've either... first, you either need to be reported because you're carried as fuck, or 2, you don't know what you're doing and you need to start spending your silver on gear. One of the 2 things needs to happen.
Someone who did graduate your character and you're on like 2nd season character, let's say, you know, you made the new scholar class, right, for the season. That way you could level them.
Hammer mommy. Yep.
One thing to know about season characters is the rewards are family bound, not character bound. So a lot of the rewards you can actually just put into your storage and give to your main character. What a lot of people do is they play through seasons and they throw rewards to their main or one of the other characters. And if you're someone who's newer, like myself, you don't have maxed out weight, you don't have maxed out inventory just yet, throwing those rewards over is actually pretty nice. And if you're just...
Okay, that is true, but a new player's main character is going to be their seasonal character. But yes, the inventory that you get for And like the skill books that you get like as rewards for your seasonal can be banked and used on other characters if you want to.
Just using it for a season character, they don't need a whole lot. Season characters are perfectly fine with what most of them have, and in a lot of cases you end up tagging them anyway if you want to play them once they're finished with their season. So something to keep in mind. All right, now this next one, I'm gonna be real with you, I watch a lot of creators in the BDO community watch them. Blue's the only one that's coming to mind right now because I just finished watching.
Yo, we're up huge. I promise I have not watched this. I promise I have not watched this yet. All right. Yo, I'm gaming. Let's fucking go, boys.
Streams of one of the videos he was playing, but a lot of different creators in the community itself. Watch a ton of different videos.
Pre-watched.
John Law, Blue Squad.
I got you, homie. I got you, homie.
By Septimus, Choice.
I was listed first. Suck it, Bicep. You might be more attractive than me. So what? You have children and a wife and a nice life, and you're more attractive and have more viewers. But you know what? He listed me first in the video, so suck it.
Canon videos. I mean, just all over the place. Like just tons of different creators. Evil Doers Harm, all those guys. And the one piece of advice I have never heard from a single one of them is the one thing you probably need to do the most as a new player. Read your tooltips. I know it seems silly.
No way.
You should read, of course.
There is no fucking way you just told the Black Desert community to read. I can't even read that well. But I read better than everyone else, bro. None of us were hooked on phonics. I got Ray Charles in the chat. What's Ray supposed to read? There ain't no Braille in this game.
But there are...
The tooltips, yeah, they're pretty good. They're also implementing guides and stuff, which you can do, but you can also turn shit off. One thing he's not mentioning that like new players just don't understand is they spawn in and their screen looks like they're looking... The best analogy I have for this is looking at porn without ad blockers. Okay, but like we know that this is true. Okay, so you spawn in and there's a crazy amount of notifications and shit going on. Everything's just popping onto your screen. You don't know what the fuck is going on. And like the biggest thing I can tell you is you can click escape, and at the top here is like edit UI. You can turn UI stuff off and on if you don't want it. I recommend keeping the main quest thing on. That's really good because you can just auto path to the next quest. More importantly, you go into your settings, general settings, right here, alerts, and you just turn all of this off. Turn all of this off. All those stupid alerts you get at the top of your screen, you can turn all that off. Unless you like it, in which case, you're one of them. But, you know, it is what it is. So you can turn all that stuff off. This stuff you can leave on if you want to. No big deal. It is what it is. And then there's show hide stuff too. You can show hide your pets and whatnot as well. But like, this is like the biggest thing as a new player.
A lot of freaking items in BDO. And most of them tell you what they do in the tooltips. So read your tool.
Okay. So what he's talking about is when you mouse over an item and it tells you what it is. And I'm going to be honest. Okay. The only shit on this tooltip that we are reading is that yellow text right there. The shit above it, the shit below it, none of that gets read. Nobody fucking cares. All right? It's the yellow shit that all of us read. Also the price. And that is it. The cannot be died, description, spirit stone, all that shit, no one fucking reads that. Okay? Also, yeah, durability at the bottom, but that's not reading. That's just numbers. That's math. That's math. Okay? Like, he's not wrong. When you get, like, quests, it is important to read the tooltip on the quest. So when you get a quest and you can't figure out what to do, most quests you can just click move to and run straight there. Hit T, let Jesus take the keyboard. You don't have to do shit. Then speed run through the quest with R and then move to the next quest and do that again. But if you can't do that, usually it just tells you right here you have to read a little bit. And those are the annoying quests that none of us like. Because again, none of us were quite as hooked on phonics as everybody else was.
Tooltips. I know it's silly. It's like, duh, but you'd be surprised how many people don't just mouse over stuff and realize.
Well, it's because there's so much reading to do. They overwhelm you. Bro, the main story used to not even be voice acted. There's so much text. It's just pages and pages and pages of text that you're constantly reading. Event text, marketplace text, quest text, like it's everywhere. Dude, like nobody wants to keep reading this stuff. And so like eventually you just go on autopilot. But he's not wrong. Sometimes the tooltips can be helpful.
How these things work. And I did it too. I had no idea that there was so much
Yeah,
information in the tooltips. If you guys are curious, I mean, there are things that I did, I will admit to right now that I'm not happy about.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's see. Let's get a good idea. I sold my very first Garen fragment because I did not.
It's fine. It's fine. We can make up for that. It's fine. It's fine. Could happen to anyone.
Know what it was for.
Happens.
Know. I just saw that it was worth $500 million. And I was like, yo, money, let's go. I sold it.
That's why reading. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fair.
So read your tooltips. They will save you tons of time. They will get you amazing rewards. You'd be surprised.
In fairness, we all do dumb shit as new players. When I was a new player, no one explained to me that housing wasn't like server wide. So what I did is I got to Heidel and I was like, wait, you can get residences. And then I thought to myself, I'm gonna run this town. So I opened my map, I clicked on Heidel, and I bought every single house in Heidel with all of my contribution, every last point that I had, thinking that other players would not be able to have residences in Heidel because I owned everything. And for like 2 weeks, I was the monopoly man. I was a fucking gamer. Until at the end of that 2 weeks, I'll let the horse back. I'll let the horse go back around. I still remember where it happened. Nobody told me. I was in a guild. I was talking about it in voice. I bragged about it to my friends. None of them told me. They all muted and made fun of me. Okay? So like 2 weeks in to literally owning the entire city of Heidel. I'm standing at this person right here. Okay? I leave the marketplace and some fucking tamer runs through this door right here. Excuse me? You fucking what? So then I asked my boys who I've been talking about it with for 2 weeks in voice. I'm like, hey, what you mean this isn't server wide? They're like, oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's not server wide. We all didn't really know what you were talking about. We kind of just blew it off because you talk a lot. Thanks, guys. Most embarrassing fucking moment as a new fucking player I've ever had. Actually unreal. Brutally honest friends, though. Still hurtful. To this day.
What you can combine some things into. And I guess it's kind of like an extra step to it. Like, check the market. If you're ever thinking about selling something, check the market. Look at how much it's worth. Yeah, how much it's worth is important, but also look how many of them are sitting on the market. If there's a ton sitting, you're probably safe with selling it because you'll probably be able to buy it back if you absolutely need it. But if there's like nothing but orders up for something, it's probably useful for something else. So I would highly recommend holding off until you understand what that item actually is.
Bro, just come in and ask me, man. Just come ask me. You can ping me in Discord, whatever. Just ping me about the item and ask. There's too many items. There's no blanket statement that's good for it. Like, just ask people. You can join my community, literally DM me personally, or ping me in Discord, whatever. Should I keep this?
Is.
I'll explain it.
Because if you sell it, you have to wait and, there's an order for one and there's, 1,000 orders. You're going to be waiting like a week. Maybe 2 if you don't get lucky. Just
understand that if you ping me like Avran did the other day, and your first sentence is, "Hey Blue, I just 2-tapped my Pen Blackstar with my Jace hammer," and then your second hammer is, "What is an artifact?" I reserve the right to ban you, and you deserve it.
So, if you plan on doing something like selling something, at least check and see what the orders are looking like, and I would highly advise again.
Should I sell this splendid alchemy stone I found in a box? Seems bad. Are you a new player or are you a veteran player? And where's your gear at?
On something that has a ton of orders and nothing listed on the market. Okay. My next
Dicey, sell it. Dicey, sell. Divios is in the chat. You should sell that. That's garbage. If you're a brand new player, Splendid Alchemy Stones, yeah, you're gonna be selling it. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna sell it. The Alchemy Stone that you get for the main storyline is gonna give you sheet AP anyway. You're gonna get Fail's Heart relatively quickly, probably. You're not gonna have to worry about it. But like, if you're a veteran player, you have over like 650, 670 year score, you're probably gonna want to save it. Just because you have to turn that Splendid Stone into a is it a resplendent? Yeah, it's a resplendent. It's not a shining. Into a resplendent stone that's like the super end game alchemy stone, but you're really not worried about that until you're like 720 gear scores. So like, if you're a newer player, you can definitely just sell it.
thing that I wish I kind of knew when I was trying to learn this game itself is
do I sell my hair to baldies like you? No, you can keep it for yourself, because I get off to the fact that you have to spend more money than shampoo and me every month
don't follow combos. I know that's going to sound insane. Everyone learns
Wait,
differently.
whoa, what did he say?
When I was trying to learn this game itself is don't follow combos. I know that's going to sound insane. Everyone learns differently, but what I found for most people when I've talked to them after trying to understand the game itself, either myself, my wife,
Hold on, let him cook. Let him cook. He might not be wrong. Depending on how he explains it, he might not be wrong. Let him cook.
Skulls, or any of our friends that started playing the game, is trying to just copy a combo doesn't really always work, because you don't know how the animations end. You don't know when the next ability begins. You don't know where the flows are, anything along those lines. And just seeing a combo really doesn't tell you too much. And yeah, maybe
Agree. What's up, Zombie? Hi, Blue. Just use my J Hammer on my Pen Black Star. Is Pen Naru better than Tuvala? So he actually kind of cooking. So many new players ask about combos and stuff. I'm gonna tell you right now, the most fun part, you don't need combos. You do not need combos. Okay, you're grinding Desert Nagas, you're grinding Desert Fogans, you're grinding Gaha's Bandits, right? You're doing main story mobs, you're one-shotting stuff. You don't need combos. What you need is to have fun. So use the skills that you think look the fucking coolest. One-shot the packs. RP pan around your fucking character while you're doing it. Nobody fucking cares. You're gonna be just fine. Have fun, especially at those low levels, 61, 62, like all those low level grind spots, even centaurs. You could turn your UI off and just appreciate your Dark Knight. You know what I mean? Like, just pan around the kill. Like, look how badass I look when I ult. You know what I mean? Like, do that. Have fun with it. Don't worry about the combos. When you do end up trying to go, like, learn your combo, if you want to remember your skills, I highly recommend laying your skills out like I have them here. Okay? Like, when you get like into it, or you just want to remember what skills you like, right? This is also like a good thing for like, oh yeah, these are like my damage skills, right? Yeah, fuck the combo, fuck all that shit. You lay them out like this, all right? And you can put text below them too, so you can just see what the skill key input is as well. Okay, later you can worry about the combo, whatever. Just make sure that you have the skills that you want on your bar. You should also put your movement skills across the bottom. There's normally where I have them. I haven't set them up on Scholar yet. And then I have utility skills on the side over here, but you can kind of set it up however you want. But the best way to set that up is you hit K, okay? And then you go to the skill cooldown slot like this. And then you can put any skill that you want. You can scroll through here, put any skill that you want, and then you can add text, and you can put text under it, right? And you can see what key combinations that particular skill is. So if you like a particular skill and you always want to know where it's off cooldown, that's how you do that.
eventually you can just press all those buttons and it works out for you, but it's difficult to keep up with that. What I normally recommend at this point in time is to just
Somebody clip that. Somebody clip that so I can turn it into a short.
learn
You done the Pistanity React? Yeah.
what your different abilities do. I know that it seems like such a dumb moment, but if you just take time and learn how each of your abilities work, learn what button combinations cause them to happen, and just slowly incorporate them into different things.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be honest. I spawned in for my first time with DK and I had my keyboard turned vertical. Okay, I had it turned like this, like that, and then I turned it over like this. All right, And then I just pressed it against the desk like this repeatedly until I learned what skills actually were happening, but I didn't give a shit. I just kind of I was just using skills that I thought looked cool. And that is totally fine as a new player.
You know what certain buttons do. I picked Awakening Ninja as my first class to learn. Dumb idea. It's not.
It is a tough class to pick up, but it's not a dumb idea. You know, if you watch anime a lot, it's the class for you. Like, don't stray away from a class because it's difficult. Like, if you love the thematic, do it.
Exactly, easy to figure out, I promise. But
was it a quick nowhere? Yeah.
I'm able to do combos. I'm able to actually grind. I'm able to do a lot of things that people said for a new player is almost impossible. I'm able to because I took time to learn what my abilities did, and I learned what they look like. And now I can go and watch a combo video and I see what they're doing, and I don't have to look at like the combination of buttons that they're pressing, because to me, seeing the skill is easier to read than actually reading their button combination presses.
He's actually kind of spitting right now. I'm gonna be honest. The way that I got into the game and got hooked on it, I didn't look up any guides for stuff. I just like looked at the, well, actually that's not true. I used Blade Boquest's like intro to DK guide, which was like a super primitive, relatively dog shit, but like showed you the skills guide on like, hey, here's what your skills look like and here are the key inputs. Good luck on the combo, you know what I mean? But I kind of just made my own way as a DK. I was like, oh, I like using this, and then I like using this, and I learned the skills that I really thought were cool first, and then I learned what those skills did, and then I learned the order that I should be using them in, and then like before I knew it, I was creating my own combo, and then I would look at the other Dark Knights and I would say that combo's garbage in typical DK fashion, because that is what Dark Knights do. Okay, they go into the Dark Knight Discord and they pretend that they're the best Dark Knight in North America, and then they prove themselves by posting screenshots of their character.
And it works out much better. Learn things like your modifiers, like your F modifier, your shift, your space, your flows, your forwards, your backs, LMBR, and like all these different things. Learn what those buttons do on your class before trying to learn a combo. Because if you can figure out how the animation is supposed to look, it's much easier to figure out how the combination is supposed to.
I wouldn't even bother. I'm honest. Don't even bother reading the skills until you understand how PvP works. Okay, or you understand how protections work. All right, I'm gonna do it. All right, we're gonna make an advanced. All right, there we go. All right, so we got this dude, and then we got this dude here. Yeah, woo, man, look at that. And I just want to point out that we know that this is a striker because of the length of his arms. Okay, because if this guy was running, he could technically be on all fours because his knuckles are dragging on the ground. Now, in BDO, there are three types of protection that you need to be worried about. Okay, the first is we're going to talk about is frontal guards. Okay, let's say you're the pink guy. All right, let's say this is you. Okay, this is you. Okay, this is the baddies. Okay, if you use a frontal guard and you read that it's a frontal guard, well, all a frontal guard is it's a shield. It's a shield, but it's only in front of you, so it's gonna block all of the incoming damage that this dude tries to throw at you from the front. Okay, no CC, no damage can reach you from the front, but if they get in behind you, they can CC you and they can damage you. The side of you works as well. Okay, so it's only a frontal shield. All right, super armor is a little different. Okay, super armor means that you're essentially shielded from CC no matter what. Okay, you can't get CC'd in super armor, but don't be fooled. Okay, it's a poor Korean translation. It's poor phrasing, and it's misleading to players. You can take damage. All right, so if this guy is throwing range damage at you, like let's say that this was an archer, right, and they're throwing range damage at you, and you're standing in a super armor, you can definitely take damage. You're just not going to get CC'd from any side of you. 360 degrees, you're just not going to get CC'd. All right, unless they have the, if they have thumbs, okay, if they have a grab, grabs can CC you out of both frontal guard and super armor. Why? We have no idea. But grabs can CC you out of both. And that's why we like to say that nobody puts the W in grab like a striker. Okay? It is what it is. It sucks. We hate it. It is what it is. But the third type of movement is called an iframe. All right? An iframe. Iframes. You can't be grabbed. You can't be CC'd. You can't take damage. You're in iframe. Typically, iframes take stamina, though, so you have to be mindful of your stamina. Unless, of course, you're playing Succession Berserker, in which case the rules don't apply to you. Totally fine. But yeah, that's how protections work.
To work out.
What up, Tony? How you doing, big dog?
Now, I do have one last thing, and this one isn't going to always be obvious at the time.
All right, let's hear it.
When you watch someone who knows what they're doing in Black Desert, a lot of things happen very quickly. Whether it be going through seasons, whether it be grinding, whether it be enhancing or anything along those lines, a lot of things happen fairly fast.
Multi-purpose.
We get used to something, we just do it like it's second nature. So my last thing that I wish I knew, take your time. It does not matter how fast anyone else is going through this content. It doesn't matter how fast anyone else is doing anything, because at the end of the day, this entire game is built around progression.
True.
How far you have progressed. You're not gearing to do a piece of like an end game dungeon or a piece of end game content or fight an end game boss. It's a sandbox MMO.
Yeah, so the key to BDO and the key to progressing quickly, as a lot of people say, is not playing the game efficiently.
6,780 just resubscribed for 2 months.
The winner of this race is the person that keeps playing. So as long as you're having fun, it's a sandbox MMO, meaning you can make money doing anything. It might not be the most efficient money, but if you love sailing your boat around and bartering, do that. It's fun. As long as you're having fun, you're going to make money by accident. Okay? By accident, unless you're playing PvP, in which case you're not going to make any money because Jay loves you. But you will make money by accident, basically doing anything in the game. All right? So just keep playing the game and just having fun. If you find yourself getting burned out, it's probably because you're going way too hard on doing one thing. If you're getting burned out and you're getting really frustrated with the game and you just getting obnoxiously frustrated, the key is just go do something else. Pick something. You're going to be inefficient doing it, but you need to accept that. There's an acceptance that goes into, okay, I cannot be maximally efficient all the time when I'm playing the game. And if you accept that, you're going to be very successful in this community. Okay, you're going to be very successful in this game.
Oh, if you're not addicted to +1, you're probably not going to get super far in Black Desert. It's funny because to me, it's something that I talk about with my chat since we play other games, they're MMOs. And in those games, we gear up to do a specific piece of content, and then we gear up to do it even better and, you know, crush it even harder, right? But in Black Desert, you gear up either to PvP,
what up, Skulls?
or to PvE more efficiently, like to grind more efficiently, to smash enemies more efficiently, to make more money, right? You're not gearing up to fight some crazy boss. You're not gearing up to fight some crazy...
I mean, yeah, you are. You are. You're gearing up to fight crazy bosses. You're gearing up to play with your friends. You're gearing up to do PvP. You're gearing up to play with your guild. You know what I mean? Like, you are gearing up to do those things, but you don't have to rush there.
Dungeon with crazy mechanics. Not yet, at least. Seems like they're starting to add dungeons in.
We skip Pen Black Star attempts. That's because you're a communist.
It needs some work.
Right. Some people hate American freedom, and that's your God-given right. It's okay.
I will say that much. As someone who plays a lot of dungeons and a lot of other MMOs, BDO needs some work on their dungeons, but they're cool and they're interesting and they're starting to get there.
True.
So the best thing I can tell you is take your time. Enjoy it. Black Desert's a fun game, and it's also not going anywhere. I left this game for a long period of time and then came back again. And my time back has been a blast.
Amazing.
Hopefully we have some more content in the future. I gotta learn a lot of crap, man. I'm not sure what kind of content we're gonna make, but there's a lot for me to learn. Most of it will be streamed. So
awesome.
If you guys are curious, we'll be starting streams at 5 p.m. I want to say every day. I really want to say every day, man, but it's as often as we possibly can.
Is it every day? Because he would be streaming right now. Hold on. What's his thing? Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. Oh, tragic, bro.
They seem to have done a really good job. Because it looks like
Pause that. I'll give him the shout out, though. For sure. Guys, this is the video right here. I'm going to give it a like. Absolutely. It's an amazing video. You did a great job with it. Here's the video right here. Guys, go watch the video. Give it a thumbs up. This guy actually knows what's up, bro. This was a good take by an actual... He says he's a veteran player. Let's be honest. He's level 61. He's got 205 energy. By a brand new fucking player. Excellent takes. Very good advice. Very, very good advice. Absolute specimen. Absolute specimen.